At age 21, lead singer of Dr. Schmeg, Mr. Timothy Kiedis, is the only member of the band to have once been a Jehovah's Witness. Before he sold Watchtower magazines, now he sells himself on stage all over Tasmania and soon the mainland.
Well, I was brought up in a religious family, very strict and straight down the line type of thing. In some ways, I suppose this sort of formed the person I am now because, you know, the morals and values and things that were instilled in me were, you know, always to be a good person and things like that. I think that's something that sort of comes out in a lot of the music we write. I got interested in music in about grade 7, early high school. I was about 12 or 13, and started learning guitar with a friend of mine who taught me. He'd been learning for a few years and taught me guitar. That got me interested in actually playing music. I always loved music, but the actual playing side of it came later. Yeah, I got into a band in high school for about 2 weeks until my parents told me I had to leave because it was too loud. Yeah, that's my parents for you. Left school, kept playing acoustic guitar and writing a bit of music occasionally. Left home at 17, got kicked out of my family because of religious reasons, and that sort of brought out a fair bit of anger and bitterness in me, I suppose, which came out in a lot of the writing I did for the next couple of years. Wrote a lot of sort of, you know, fuck you, I'll do it. I won't do what you tell me sort of music, you know, and that was really good. That was quite inspirational, actually. I wrote a lot of the best music I've ever written for acoustic guitar anyway in that period, and it still influences a lot when I want to get down and write some lyrics that are a bit more deep and meaningful rather than all this sex stuff, you know, which we get a bit into occasionally. When I first met Yard, I thought he was a complete jerk. That was really funny, but he grew on me fairly quickly. That was cool. No, he's a really good friend now, which is good to have in a band. But yeah, when I first met him, it was pretty funny. Didn't know what to think, actually. Then there was Tim. Well, Tim's Tim, isn't he? Well, hasn't really changed since the first time I met him. We just sort of, you know, he's fairly quiet, doesn't really say a lot. He's got a good sense of humour, which is good, and he's a good drummer, so can't complain. Chili Peppers. Yeah, Chili Peppers probably mainly. Faith No more on technique. I like Mike Patton's technique of singing. Chili Peppers are more inspirational for just you know, their lust for life sort of thing. Living Colour to a certain extent, but my main influences on songwriting are really just my own personal experience, just life experience, and my opinions. You know, put them down in words, and if it's not a really deep and meaningful song, you know, just, I don't know, just try and poetically put something, I suppose, and put it into lyrics, make it interesting. Yeah.
All I can say for up-and-coming bands is you've got to really be very, very good and practice heaps before you go out and do any gigs. Because if you don't put bums on seats or get them up dancing and drinking, they won't have you back. Simple. Yeah.